All right, so this lesson today is going to be 3-string sweep-picked arpeggios in the style of Yngwie Malmsteen. Yngwie, he usually he does more than 3-string sweeps, larger arpeggios. He'll do that, but majority of what he does, he likes running up and down 3-string sweeps. So basically what I've done is I've taken our standard, if you ever follow the triad lessons on the site, how we have the root position, the root triad, the first inversion, the second inversion. I've done that for the major and the minor. So it pretty much takes care of almost all the 3-note per string shapes he uses. He does use a suspended shape every once in a while, but and then we also have the diminished 7th arpeggio shape that he uses a lot, and he likes to take sequence up and down the neck. So this is kind of part 1. This one we'll go through the shapes, and then we'll go on part 2. We'll have a little etude, a little piece of music that you can play that'll use these shapes going up and down the fretboard, and you can really get a handle on what he's doing when he's creating those sweep picking passages he does. All right, so here we go. First things first, we're at the root position major shape. It's kind of some big stretches here. But what he likes to do is he usually likes to start the shape on the first string with an upstroke. And then he will, it's not all sweep picked. He does do a pull off here. He does a pull off from the 12th fret on the pinky to the first finger at the 7th fret. Now, I'm doing these all in E, so they're going to be all E major and E minor, and then the one at the end is going to be an E diminished 7th. So you can move them to any arpeggio you want, but it'll be the same shapes, just a different area of the neck. So this is the root position in major, pull from 12 to 7. Well, that was an upstroke, pull, then an upstroke on the 2nd string, your 2nd finger at the 9th fret. So we have 3 notes there. We're only picking 2, and they're both upstrokes. Up, pull, up. Okay? Now the big time sweep motion comes in, where you grab the first finger at the 9th fret, and then you start, that would be with a downstroke, and then another downstroke coming back to that 2nd string, then another downstroke on the 7th fret with the first finger. Now that should all be one motion. If you look at my picking hand, you kind of lock the wrist a little bit, and just kind of, it should be one solid motion. You don't want to go pick, 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 or pick, pick, pick. You want to go, you're basically raking the string, just the tip of the pick, across the strings. And that'll enable you, that's a sweep. And the separation comes from the notes in the left hand. So I'm trying to keep everything stable in the left. It's actually easier to do fast, because you just do one motion, but just as soon as you get the timing down, it's pretty easy to get going. All right, so just kind of work on that and get the feel of the sweep first, just by doing something like this, if you lose track of what it's supposed to feel like. Now let's put that all together. We have that first downstroke, pull off, upstroke on the 2nd string, and then down, sweep, back up. So it's a 6-note phrase, and we're just going to repeat that 4 times. So you kind of want to keep that wrist as stable and as small movement as possible, so you can get it quicker. Okay, obviously that'd be impossible to do if you were alternate picking every note. So that's what the sweeping's coming in. All right, now let's do the minor version of that. The minor root position, we're basically going to take this note on the 2nd string down a fret, so that'd be a finger like this. 12, pull off to 7, then upstroke on the 8 on the 2nd string, and then 9, 8, 7, with all a big sweep. So we have this. All right, let's move up to the first inversion shape. So now, what that means is the note that on the 3rd string, the bottom note in the chord, is going to be the 3rd of the chord. So we're in first inversion, and we're going to do the major first inversion first. So we have a roll here. We're going to first of all start at the 16th fret with your pinky for the E major first inversion arpeggio, that G sharp up there, and you're going to pull off to the 12th fret. Then you're going to have to roll your finger over to the second string. So when you leave this, the first string is now muted. See that? So I'm on the first string, and then like in the middle of my finger, I'm already pre-roll, and then just kind of raise that knuckle up, and it plays that note, and the one you just came from stops sounding. Then you reverse that because you got to now with the sweep. So that was that up, pull, up, and then comes on the third string, start your downstroke again. The picking is the same for every single one of these shapes. So we have down, down, and then that roll, basically reverse of what we just did. So we have this. All right. The minor one, you drop your finger back to the regular G, which is the minor third in E major, and then we're going to have to pull off the 12 again. And this time you do the roll across 3 strings. So we have upstroke, pull off, upstroke on the second string, then downstroke on the third, roll over to the second downstroke, and then the first downstroke. And those second and third strings are muted there. So we have this. It's definitely the most difficult one because of that big roll that you have to do across 3 strings. All right, now getting out of roll territory here. These are probably the most popular ones, these second inversion shapes. Here's the major one, up at the 19th fret with your pinky. Pick an upstroke, pull off to 16, and then on the second string, 17th fret, upstroke. So we have up, pull, up, and then 16th fret on the third string, starting our downward sweep of 3 strings, down on the 16th, then your second finger at the 17th down, and then the 16th fret on the first string. So we have this. All right. Then we have the minor version of it, which is basically just the first finger being brought back 1 finger on the first string. So and then the exact same pattern. Upstroke, pull, up, down, down, down. And maybe when you're practicing these, practice going from the major to the minor over and over again, just so you can work on going from one shape to the next, like this. All right, so take these shapes. The next lesson we're going to work on a little etude, a little piece of music that's going to take you all around, kind of reminiscent of some of the sweep picking passages that he puts in his music. All right, so please go to guitarlessons365.com if you haven't already. Grab the music and check out the rest of the videos on the site and support it in any way you can. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.